We'll get more into that coming up in Rap News at the end of the hour. But first off, we got to get into the NFL schedule release. Let's go.
Let's go. It's go time.
Let's rock.
First off. Now, I know you were waiting with bated breath, Adam, on Thursday morning. You just couldn't wait. You know, the old waiting all day for a Sunday night, the Carrie Underwood.
Waiting all day for Sunday night.
You were waiting all day for Thursday night for the drop of the epic NFL schedule release.
Drop? I gotta give you the Beastie Boys there. Actually, I was kind of excited because it snuck up on me for once.
Oh, did it?
Because I'm so entrenched.
You're the one.
In the tookus of the NBA playoffs right now that I didn't know it was coming.
Well, the NFL, and Jonas Knox, our colleague here at Fox Sports Radio, talked about this. Like, the NFL can dominate. The NFL can drop a press release on Friday afternoon that the schedule release is coming up the following Thursday, and that became headline news. Bigger than NBA playoff games.
Hey.
Stanley Cup playoff games.
Hey.
The NFL schedule release is coming up in 5 days. The countdown is on.
I like how you don't even mention bigger than Major League Baseball because that's just assumed,
well,
I guess.
Of course. I mean, that's just, you know. May baseball, come on.
Well, where do you want to start here? Because I do think there are some interesting matchups right away in week one, almost like we should be doing our NFL six-pack to begin with.
Well, before I get to the matchups, I want to get into the pomp and circumstance just surrounding the schedule release in general, because over these last couple of years, you know, it's become a tradition unlike any other, maybe even better than the Masters. The schedule release videos that all of the individual teams put up on their social media accounts. The Chargers have been notorious over the last couple of seasons, and I would say this year they didn't disappoint yet again. The Chargers, the only team, the only one that took a shot at Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel. However subtle.
It was a shot.
But it was a shot.
It was a shot during their Halo NFL schedule reveal.
Which was pretty epic, I would say.
They win the schedule reveal Super Bowl every year.
And now, by the way, a lot of New England Patriot fans let them know that on social media.
Yeah.
So, oh, it's so funny. Yeah, you guys lost us in the playoffs. You know,
so did the Rams in their schedule reveal video where they gave
Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah.
The Chargers a certification award for best schedule reveal ever. You win. Way to go. Keep charging.
Now, I don't know if you watched all 32 of them.
I watched most of them, honestly.
Yeah, so were there any of them that stuck out for you? Because there was a couple for me.
Okay. I think maybe at the top for me, and I can't believe I'm saying this, because typically I don't think this guy is very funny. I'm so confused that I thought this was humorous that I don't even know if this was the guy I'm thinking it was, because he looks older. He's got a beard now. But Rob Riggle made me laugh.
Yeah.
The Chiefs schedule
90s,
reveal.
With the Kansas City Chiefs, the 90s sitcom or whatever it was.
They called it the QV Chiefs Shopping Network.
Right. So
where he and his ex-wife are the hosts.
Infomercial.
Yeah. And they're taking not so subtle digs at one another the entire time.
It was pretty entertaining. I like this, the Indianapolis Colts. Now, also, it's a ringer for me because I grew up watching The Simpsons as a kid. And that show is still going on, which is unbelievable.
Sports.
I feel like I probably stopped watching religiously 15 years ago. And beyond that, it's still going. It's been going on for like 40 years or something. I'm only exaggerating slightly.
No, you're right. And it was good for the first 20 years.
Yeah, so. I would agree. It kind of went downhill, but they, keep on going. And you keep having, people are still watching, so why the hell stop it? But the Indianapolis Colts doing the opening scene. And then once they get into every single schedule or every single opponent, they take a clip from individual Simpson episodes to highlight that opponent. It was actually very well done.
Yeah.
So that was probably, it wasn't necessarily quote unquote funny. In parts it was, but I thought that was really, really clever.
Respect for whoever was combing through the desert there to find all those clips that associated well with whatever team they were playing that week.
Right.
That was some desert stuff.
I agree.
They were combing it.
Close, near and dear to our hearts, because we also have, video game news that we do.
Yes.
Was the Cleveland Browns and their ode to the old 1990s, the Street Fighter arcade situation.
That was pretty great.
That was pretty solid.
Because it was basically a lampooning of the old promo video for Street Fighter 2 back in the day.
Right.
With the guys just hyping it up to the nth degree and just being like, it's spectacular, it's tubular, you guys got to play this game, this is so rad, let's go.
Corny yet effective.
Corny but effective. Unlike the Cleveland Browns.
Well,
the corny part, yes. The effective
part, yeah. And then Funny because it wasn't funny, I guess, and the Detroit Lions really trying to show like they stick to business.
Yeah.
It was literally just Dan Campbell walking around the office, sitting in his chair, time to get to work. And just literally post a paper of the schedule on top of a board.
I guess they're saying we don't have time to do a fancy, slick little video for you guys to promote our schedule. We're getting ready to play some football out there, all right?
Okay, whatever you say, Coach.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too serious for a team that may be regressing, but we'll see.
I still don't necessarily agree to that, but
okay.
I will say their schedule works out interestingly, and there's been like takes around. Like I saw our colleague Colin Cowherd say this on a Friday morning, and I caught only a piece of it, but he was talking about the Chargers and like, oh, the NFL masterminded this schedule. Oh, they front loaded some easy games for the Chargers to bank up some wins, and they're going to have some more competitive games down the stretch. And I'm like, you really think the NFL is sitting there when they're putting these schedules together, thinking about who has it easier early on and where we can schedule some cupcakes for somebody and it can make it more difficult in the middle of the season? They're literally thinking about two things. Logistics and TV ratings.
Yes.
That is all they give a damn about. They don't care about how tough or how easy your schedule is in September versus November. We're trying to put the best games in front of the most eyes as possible while also trying to be as fair as possible to every team when it comes to their travel, distance travel, road games, home games, international schedules. That's all they care about. They don't give a rip about who's playing who and when.
So you're saying it's just a coincidence we get a Super Bowl rematch in Week 1, Kevin, where the New England Patriots will be going to the west side to take on the Seattle Seahawks all the way west here.
Not in the least bit of coincidence. But again, eyeballs. It's a Super Bowl rematch.
Oh, you're right.
That's what people want to see.
It's twofold.
Yeah,
it's eyeballs, it's logistics, it's planning around concerts and everybody who's coming to town in these arenas.
Yeah, for all these stadiums that are available or not available for certain dates. If you're looking at Los Angeles and SoFi, it has to house two teams. You know, the Jets and MetLife with the Giants housing two teams. So all these logistics are things that need to be worked out. And I heard an interview with Mike North, not Fox Sports Radio alum and Chicago radio legend Mike North, but Mike North, who's in charge of the NFL and their logistics and their schedule making, talking about this. He says their goal is to put the most compelling games in the most advantageous TV windows while also trying to be as fair to every team that's out there. And that is what their job is.
I think they did a pretty good job at that, actually.
For the most part, yes. There are some quirks there, like we mentioned the Detroit Lions. So you realize the Detroit Lions, 3 of their last 4 games in the regular season are on the road against their division opponents.
You lose.
And the other game is against the Giants, who probably are going to be at worst fighting for a wild card spot down the stretch of the season.
So Jim Harbaugh has his way, and if they can stay healthy, and if the concussion protocol blue tent guy actually stays out of it for once.
And then also for Detroit, they play 3 games in 12 days. They play the Patriots in Munich, come home against Tampa that following Sunday, and then on a short week, they host the Bears on Thanksgiving. That's 3 potential playoff teams that they have to play in a 12-day stretch.
All right.
So I don't think the league did that to them intentionally. It just happened to work out that way to their detriment. They do, and we can talk about this too if you want, but have the easiest schedule based on last year's final records. Now, that held true for the New England Patriots. They had, I believe, coming into last year, the 3rd easiest schedule, and it ended up being the easiest schedule in the NFL by the end of the season.
And it ended up being the easiest schedule since the 1999 Rams, I believe. Like, it was historically light.
Right.
And they tiptoed through the tulips and were able to make it all the way to the Super Bowl and had some things go their way, and they got a little bit of luck along the way. I actually think the Patriots are cooked. Like, they are screwed.
I don't think
as a team.
Oh, they will be losing as a team.
That's not a hot take. I even think even if and when they trade for A.J. Brown, I still don't think that they're necessarily the class of I think the AFC is actually pretty wide open this year.
Have you seen the Patriots' first 4 games? It's the toughest first 4 games since 1986 anybody's had to play because all 4 teams won 10 games the year before.
Wow.
So we talked about them going to Seattle, of course.
Right.
Then Pittsburgh at home. All right, we'll see.
I don't know who the quarterback's going to be in that situation.
Who is playing quarterback there? I'm not so sure. Then it's...
By the way, bleep or get off the pot, Aaron Rodgers. I'm tired of this. Are you going to... He's going to go... He's going to meet in Pittsburgh, or he's not going to meet. What the hell is there to meet about? The general manager's the same. It's a head coach he played for 12 years in Green Bay. There's nothing to meet. Are you playing or are you not?
He's in a darkness retreat, all right?
Okay, I don't get... I'm tired of all this Aaron Rodgers crap. Play or don't play. Sign or don't sign.
After Pittsburgh and maybe Aaron Rodgers, then they go to Jacksonville and then Buffalo. Those are the first 4 games for the New England Patriots. I'm thinking...
0-4?
I love you, man.
No. I'm thinking 1-3.
Okay.
1-3. Yeah.
So
The bum's lost!
I'm going to mark this tape when they come back 4-0, and I want to see what Adam says.
4-0, Kevin. Come on. I'll eat my Patriots hat that I don't actually own if that's the case.
I will buy a Patriots hat for you to eat right here on Fox Sports Radio and live on our Fox Sports Radio YouTube page so everybody can see it.
Why don't you buy me some of the Spygate film and I'll actually pull it out and start chewing on that.
Roger Goodell already ate that, so you don't have to worry about it.
That's right. They burned it up.
Yeah, that film machine all burned. It ate it on its own.
How about this?
Yes.
Speaking of screwed, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
By the way, before you move on, the Jacksonville Jaguars, their schedule release video, which featured Trevor Lawrence sporting a nice short haircut, lie. Giant lie.
I wish you weren't a liar.
They revealed on Friday
knew
night
it.
that it was a wig.
I knew it. It was like that one time Anthony Davis took care of his unibrow.
Exactly. Yeah. No, he's
all
still
BS.
the long locks of Samson are still there for Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, so that schedule reveal double sucked because I didn't think it was that great to begin with or that
agree.
interesting.
I agree.
And it wasn't even true.
It's a good story.
It was a good story. Here's a good story.
But anyway, Jacksonville, yes.
Jacksonville, for 2 months, I think from the end of September till like the start of November, they have one home game during that stretch. 2 months. I'm guessing there's a bye in there. I think there's 2 trips across the pond, maybe to Europe for them.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I know there's 9 international games, and they're trying to move Jacksonville to Europe. We've known this for a long time.
And I feel like despite the fact that they're revamping their stadium, I feel like that's been something that's been in motion for the past 8-9 years. They have been more than willing to go over it, which honestly is kind of smart. The problem is they haven't been able to win enough, but if they have enough games in England especially, if you start winning, you kind of build your brand as being like England's team. So it was smart marketing. They just haven't been able to win enough football games for it to matter.
No, they were somewhat there last year.
Yeah, they broke through a little bit.
Yeah, they had a playoff game. They lost.
Blake
to the
Bortles won a
Bills.
couple of playoff games.
But there are some real issues going on right now in the NFL with the scheduling, including the Bears getting the toughest schedule.
Right.
Now, unlike the Patriots, who obviously have ramped up the competition this year, I actually think the Bears can still succeed. So the last 9 teams with the hardest strength of schedule failed to win a playoff game.
Right.
Not failed to make the playoffs, failed to win a playoff game. So there's a difference there.
The last team that did do that was the Falcons 10 years ago.
Ooh, okay.
2016 Falcons.
But this Bears schedule is no joke. However, I just have faith in Big Ben Johnson. That's all. And he's got the same quarterback.
I will say, they're playing in one of the toughest divisions in the entire sport. So you have that working against you of Chicago. I think they're going to make strides moving forward, but I also think I think Detroit's going to be right back up there. I know they had a bit of a down year last year for their standards, the way they played the last couple of years. They have so much talent. They're not going anywhere. Obviously, Minnesota, I think, is going to be better with Kyler Murray, with KOC as the head coach, and see exactly what that offense and that squad does. So I can see that as a division that really beats each other up throughout the entire season.
Drive down records that way.
Right.
You only need 10 wins maybe to win the division. You can go 10-7. Okay.
Maybe 9.
Maybe.
I can see it.
Maybe 9? Okay. Well, the Browns have the easiest schedule.
Well, whatever that matters.
The Chiefs last season, obviously didn't go their way, and Patrick Mahomes got hurt at the end of the season, and that was
I'm hurt!
that was unfortunate.
They were lighting the world on fire when he was playing.
They weren't. Check out their late season schedule this year, from week 12 to week 17. Bills on Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Great Thanksgiving game.
The Thanksgiving slate is ridiculous.
This is the first time 2 former MVPs are facing each other, quarterbacks, in a Thanksgiving game.
Oh.
With Mahomes and Josh Allen.
That's a hell of a stat there, man.
Bills on Thanksgiving, then the Rams, Bengals, Patriots, Niners, Chargers, Raiders, week 18. So
that's a nice cupcake landing spot at the end of the season.
Raiders suck.
Yeah.
But that is a really tough week 12 to 17, about a 6-week stretch there that they're going to have to navigate. And by the way, they open up against the Denver Broncos,
right,
who I think also could take a step back. And we're wondering, are either quarterback going to be available for week 1, or how are they going to look between Bo Nix and Mahomes?
That's interesting, because I think Kansas City potentially takes a step back. I think Denver can take a step forward. I think, especially, now it depends on the health, obviously, of Bo Nix, but coming in under Sean Payton in year 3, in that offense, their numbers definitely were up and down a lot last year, but clutch numbers were spectacular. They make it to the Super Bowl if he's healthy. I'm thoroughly convinced that they beat the Patriots if Bo Nix is in there.
I agree.
Their defense is not going anywhere. They're going to be better offensively. So I think Denver's a team that takes a step forward. Kansas City lost a lot on defense. Still question marks offensively for them. So
Bo Nix had 2 surgeries though on that ankle.
You're right.
He had a super secret one we just found out about from Adam Schefter.
You are right. But I still like the talent around him, and I think that running game is going to be improved this season too. I think that even if Bo Nix is the same as he was last season, I think they can go another level offensively as a team.
But how many one-score games did they win last year where he came through in the clutch in the fourth quarter?
Many.
We saw how that went for Kansas City last year. After 2 years ago, they won all the one-score games, and then it went against them.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think they've made strides to actually improve their roster this year, where Kansas City has kind of stayed the same.
Fair enough.
So I think Denver has actually improved.
They got Waddle.
Yeah, I think Kansas City is kind of stuck in the mud to a certain degree. They've lost both their starting corners. I have all the faith in the world in Spags. He's been great, and they've turned over that defensive roster multiple times and still won. But the Chargers are still on the come. The Raiders have improved enough to where they can play spoiler at points in the AFC West, so I think that's going to be an intriguing division this year too.
I think week 1 of the NFL schedule could be one of the best week 1s we've ever seen. Kansas City against the Chargers, Dallas against Philly, Tampa Bay against Atlanta. Okay, don't care so much about that. But Chicago, Minnesota on Monday night. Is it going to happen again with Big Ben Johnson screwing things up with clock management at the end of that game?
Hope not.
But there are some really good games to start off this season. Okay, wait a second. I was looking at last season, you dumbass.
I'm a dumbass.
I was wondering there for a second. I was like, wait a second. This sounds very eerily familiar here. I'm telling you guys, there's good games this year in 2026, starting with New England, going to Seattle because the Super Bowl champs have to raise the banner. Congrats to them again, and I just see New England completely falling off a cliff this year.
I agree with you, and
I'm sorry, Bill Simmons.
Not shedding a tear about it either.
No one will be.
It is FNA on FSR. Coming up next, an NBA playoff update. We have a Game 7 on our hands coming up on Sunday, and one of the most anticipated Western Conference Finals matchups in recent memory. We'll talk about that coming up next. FNA on FSR.